Hi guys, so I'll be doing my website critique on the Amazon website, and I will be focusing on two categories of design and functionality. So first I'm going to begin with the design, just because I'm personally a graphic designer and that is what I'm most comfortable with. So let's get started. Here is the home page, and it's super important because that's the audience's first impression. So most people know Amazon, and I guess Amazon probably isn't trying to sell their brand because most people are familiar with it. So that means their website would be more product focused instead of their service. So that's probably why the products are bigger pictures than the logo at the top, which totally makes sense. But I personally would like to see a bigger logo at the top with a thicker bar. So this blue bar I'd like to see a little bigger, and that would easily indicate the top with the categories and search bar, because it's easy to get lost while you're scrolling down. Amazon can be kind of overwhelming at times for that reason. But however, the products, because they are big, they make the audience curious and it makes them want to dig deeper. So the bottom line is Amazon is all about the ads. Moving on, let's talk about branding. So the colors are that slate blue up here in the background, and the accent would be that golden orange, that little pops of color. And that's also the colors of their links when you hover over them, which is a nice way to integrate that accent color throughout the website. Their logo is, I'm sure you're very familiar with. It's the smile. You see it on their commercials and their packages. This is a very good marketing choice by them. And lastly, with the typography and the design category, everything seems to be sans serif, which is a great choice by them because sans serifs are easy to read on screens. They're very clean. And I've noticed that most of the text on this website is in small chunks, so it's a lot easier to digest that way. But the product info can have links that are way too long at some points. So for example, if I click on a product and scroll to the bottom or the middle, yeah, for right here, that line length is way too long. I would prefer it to be probably about that wide from the left. That's a personal preference though. So moving from design, let's talk about the functionality of the website. First of all, with the technical functionalities. So I mentioned hover already. With the text, it changes to orange, of course, for links. And then when you hover over an image on the home page anyway, it gives you an option for a quick look if you're curious about a if you're curious, about a product. That way you can learn more with information. But if you use the quick look, you can get a little deeper. It's a little different from the alternative text that happens once you're on a product page. So on the home page, it was just the quick look, but now you're getting alternative text on other images. Well, they're not working now. They were working earlier. Pardon me for that. So earlier they had alternative text on a product with similar products. Okay, here you go. Here is alternative text giving a description about the product, whereas the difference on the home page, sorry for that delay, the difference on the home page is that most of the information is down on the bottom with the status bar. I personally would like to see more alternative text next to the cursor, making it more accessible for users. And then next is the window size. So like any other website, it'll scale down, but you get to a certain point and it just freezes. So my monitor's pretty big, so it'll stay until I scoot it over, of course. But I have noticed on their mobile devices, it works beautifully. So even at the cell phone and tablet scale, it's great. And they also have apps designed for smaller mobile devices. So they've figured out that problem. So we've talked about the design and the technical functionality. Let's talk about the functionality with respect to the audience. So first and foremost, if you're looking for a product, you're going to be using the search bar. You can search within all departments, or it's really nice to be able to search within specific categories. And Amazon has tons of categories, so you can really hone in on what you want, which makes it really nice. However, once you're really in deep in the website, it can be kind of difficult to find where the homepage was. Let's say you click on a million dresses or products and you can't remember how to get back to the homepage. You can click the logo, but there's no label next to the logo that says, here's the homepage. So that's something that I would personally change to make it easier for people to figure out. So that's the basics of the homepage. Once you're on the product page, let's get away from dresses. We've done too many dresses. Let's do a shoe. Once you're on a product page, there's tons of information. It usually goes in the order of description, price, related products, and reviews. So down at the bottom is always reviews. Amazon's known for their reviews, and reviews can really get detailed. So within reviews, there's different functions. For example, you can search for keywords within reviews. Here's reviews that mention different buttons if you want to know what it's like to wear the shoe, if you want to know what size it is, how it fits. You can click on the buttons to understand the product in the best way before you purchase it. Very smart choice by Amazon, in my opinion. And making it even more helpful is you can comment on other people's reviews or mark them as helpful. So this streamlines the site for future users. In theory, Amazon will get more efficient as time goes on, making it great design. Going along with the product page is each product page is super consistent. So even though I click on shoelaces, it's still set up in the same way. Same layout, new content. Very streamlined. I still have the price, I still know who's selling it, and I still can look at the reviews at the bottom. So the last thing I want to talk about is within your personal account in Amazon. I'm going to switch my browsers to look at my personal account. So within your personal, you can look up past purchases you've made with your orders, and on your homepage you can get reviews of products that you've tried, something that you may like in the future. For example, I recently bought a book binding kit, and they must think that I make books for a living because that's all they've recommended to me, which can be really helpful if you're looking for a certain product. Of course, they have a cart like any other online shopping, and you can look at your past orders just in case you forgot where they came from or how much they cost, which can be very beneficial. And finally, you can look at lists. Maybe you don't want to buy something now, you want to save it for later, so you can add it to a wish list or shopping list, which is great because you can save your money that way. So altogether, I think that Amazon does a really great job of promoting themselves through their branding and design and also their functionality. It all combines to make a wonderful website.